On this week's edition of the Overtime, we take a look at NAU Tennis and their senior day on Saturday. Then, we talk about Naomi White, who led the Big Sky in scoring, is now entering the transfer portal. Finally, we close things out with two track athletes who have been turning heads all season. All that and more on this edition of the Overtime. Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Overtime. I'm your host, Katherine Lemish, and I'm joined at the desk tonight by Brooklyn Grizzell. Brooklyn, how are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling good. Thank you for asking, Katherine. We have a pretty diverse show today, starting with some breaking basketball news. Katherine, I know you've heard about Naomi White.
I sure have, Brooklyn, and this is huge. Naomi White, the #1 scoring freshman in the nation, is heading to Tennessee. That's a massive move, and while it's great news for the Vols, it's definitely not good for NAU. You're talking about losing your top scorer, someone who's been the centerpiece of your offense. That's not easy to replace.
100%, Katherine, but they will try. She is one of 2 players in the nation to start the season scoring over 20 points in her first 6 games. She has surely cemented her name in the NAU history books, holding the NAU record for most points in a single season with 667 points, along with a whopping record of 92 three-pointers in one season. Her departure leaves a major hole for the Lumberjacks headed into the next season as they look to regroup following the loss of one of the program's brightest rising stars. The Lumberjacks had their first transfer commit yesterday, 5'9" guard Tiana Knighton coming in from Central Arizona.
This should be the start of some change that NAU women's basketball definitely needs. Now, moving on to tennis. It was senior day for men's and women's tennis last Saturday, but it was a special day for one senior in particular. Sports reporter Diego Cortez has the story.
It's senior day for NAU women's tennis today against Idaho and Patricia Nevendomska's last ever match as a Lumberjack here in Flagstaff. Saturday morning was a big win for the Lumberjacks women's tennis team as they took down Idaho 6-1, but the day was overshadowed by senior day for their lone senior, Patricia Nevendomska.
Please put your hands together for Patricia Nevendomska.
Nevendomska reflected on her 4-year career at NAU, both on and off the court.
I think it's just every year some step forward and how much I improved with the coach's help and everyone around me and how much community I built around me and around my tennis here, especially when I stayed over summers and overall 4 years full here. Just made it a very good experience for me.
Lumberjacks head coach Iwa Bogusz expressed her thoughts and feelings on how Nevendomska has affected the tennis program for these past 4 years.
She's definitely a special one for us. She grew a lot as a player and as a person over the 4 years, and everybody on the team, players and coaches, we wanted for her so bad, and that's part of it. Why today was so great, just because everybody showed up for Patty.
The Lumberjacks now head to San Diego to face the UC San Diego Tritons and for what will be Nevendomska's last regular season match before the Big Sky tournament. Diego Cortez Torres, NAZ Sports.
We wish NAU Tennis the best as they finish their season. Stay tuned because after the break, we'll hear from sports reporter Connor Emery about his trip to Winslow.
Love the hustle, Cliff. Who are you? Your lungs.
We're quite proud of you.
Even though you quit smoking years ago, you may be at risk for lung cancer.
Okay, but with the routine screening, you can detect it early when it's more curable.
Sounds good, guys. Can I get a little space here?
Biologically, no.
Okay.
Listen to your lungs. Get a routine screening that could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
I don't remember how it started. Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me.
That was perfect.
But I heard every word.
Welcome back. Sports reporter Connor Emery visited Clear Creek Reservoir this past weekend for this edition of Get Out There. Let's check it out.
With the weather warming up on this edition of Get Out There, I am here at Clear Creek Reservoir, where I'm about to go do some cliff jumping. Located 65 miles outside of Flagstaff, Clear Creek Reservoir stands as a popular spot for cliff jumping. Originally, the area was shaped by Clear Creek, a waterway flowing from the Mogollon Rim down into the high desert. In the late 1800s, this water source became important to the growth of Winslow, especially with the arrival of the railroad. Surrounded by rugged cliffs and open skies, the reservoir also attracts people for fishing, kayaking, and camping. Parking is easy to find as you can park at McHood Park for $7. Or if you want to save money, drive along the trail and park near the creek. I would recommend though to drive in a four-wheel or front-wheel drive vehicle as the trail is rough with some potholes. While this is a fun spot for cliff jumping, I would wait until the summer for less wind and the water to be less cold. Connor Emery, NAU Sports.
That looks super fun, Katherine. Maybe we should go sometime during summer when we're not so busy with track.
Let's do it, Brooklyn. I don't do well with heights normally, but Connor convinced me to travel out to Winslow. But speaking of track, Brooklyn, we'll be right back with the latest news in NAU track and field after the break.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. Remember the best planned 90 minutes of your life? Or that surprise party for your parents' golden anniversary? You get the golden planning. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
Welcome back. It's time to talk all things track and field. The Lumberjacks officially opened up their outdoor season a few weeks ago, and already are plenty of NAU top 10 all-time marks as well as Big Sky rankings being shaken up. Two standout athletes include Josiah Johnson and Nico Martinez. Josiah Johnson opened his season with a massive 49.56 in the 400 hurdles, a mark that currently ranks number 3 in the nation. Brooklyn, what are your thoughts on these two?
I think that this duo has brought some much-needed depth to NAU's sprint squad. The past couple of seasons have definitely proved that NAU is not just a distance school anymore. A nationally ranked hurdler and a hurdle squad who is absolutely dominating the Big Sky right now can attest to that. Let's get to know international track athlete Nico Martinez. Although many athletes travel out of state to compete at the next level, Nico Martinez traveled across the Atlantic to run at NAU. Martinez is a sophomore hurdler from Madrid, Spain. He was driven to the States by his passion for track and to learn to be more comfortable away from home. Continuing athletics in the professionally structured way that the NCAA offers is unique to the U.S. and gives international athletes like Nico a stepping stool towards the professional level.
It's hard because we don't have like a team in the schools, so you will have to like go to a school and then practice in a different place, so you will have to like travel a lot. So I prefer like coming here because I can do like both things at the same time. I feel like here the sports are like more like kind of like important. In Spain, like there's less people doing track in my case, so they care, but not as much. So that, for example, when I run there in like meets and everything, there's like nobody, like in nationals, there's like nobody watching and everything.
Nico's father, Chema Martinez, is a professional runner in Spain. Both of Nico's parents have made Olympic appearances, which for some could create stress around athletics, but not for Nico.
Todos los atletas pueden entrenar muy duro, ser disciplinados, pero a la hora de competir, lo que diferencia de un atleta normal a un atleta excepcional es su capacidad mental. Y Nico creo que una de sus grandes fortalezas es su capacidad mental y su fortaleza que viene de ahí.
From a coach's perspective, Nico is an asset, not only because of his talent, but also the focus that he brings to the team.
This is very true for a lot of international students. Not all of them, but most of them really have more of a seriousness they almost see it as like super serious, professional, or almost like a profession. A lot of them don't have that in school and things like that. So it's very much like dedication, get into a club, find a coach and just take it super serious. And that's how I felt about him. He was just really serious about being good immediately. He really didn't want to not be great. He just has an emphasis on being great.
During his time at NAU, he's placed second in the 400-meter hurdles at the Big Sky Conference meet in his freshman year. He's also placed second in the 400-meter dash this indoor season. Nico has already experienced success in Flagstaff, but he came for different kinds of experiences as well.
I came here also because I wanted to learn English. I also wanted not some time because I love my family and everything and my friends, but I wanted to feel like what's living far and just like I said before, just being focused on track. So I feel like if I was in Spain, I'll completely be not really focused on track. So I like it here.
Nico is currently ranked second in the Big Sky, but it won't end there. He has already qualified for the regional meet and hopes to make it to nationals. His season will also extend into the summer, where he will compete back home in Madrid.
Because of his work ethic and his passion, I don't really think he has a limit. I think we can keep going, and that's the switch I want to find. There is no limit.
Hemos ganado 400, primeros de la conferencia, 3:10:74 y muy bien, muy bien, muy bien.
What a great look into diversity that deepens NAU track and field. Congrats to Nico for all that he's accomplished.
I'm afraid that's all the time we have for you tonight. I first want to thank our sports reporters Diego Cortez Torres and Connor Emery. I'd also like to thank my co-hosts as well. Be sure to tune into our socials at NAZ Sports across all platforms. But in the meantime, I'm Brooklyn Grizzell.
And I'm Katherine Lemish. Have a great night, and we'll see you next week for the next edition of the Overtime.